Yeah, I was honestly really pleasantly surprised with how well they played in the last series. I was expecting Penn State to come out and be maybe that little bit more dominant than they were, but Miami played well. They played up to the level of Penn State, you know, one of those teams that's constantly in and around the CRL scene, and I think they can already be happy with how far they've come. You know, there's prizing for second place, so it's not like they're going to be walking home empty-handed either way. We've got a grand final on the card, so I think we should get to it.
Here we go. Game number 1 of this best of 7 bracket reset potential if Miami is able to pull out 4 of the 7 games that we've got on the card here. Northwood, they take this one. They will be your tournament champions and add yet another trophy, a pretty cool looking trophy, by the way, another trophy to their collection on campus. So first minute just about gone in game number 1. No score, no shots on the board as of yet, as Titus, Kiwi, and Zell for Miami look to start the attack here. That's a good knockdown by Buddy. Now it's going to be a 2-on-1. Kiwi's got to avoid the demo, and that's a great play from Titus to get back in time.
That was kind of greedy from Northwood. Hockey was chasing that, didn't have any boost in the tank to work with, was still kind of riding the fact that Buddy was going to be able to get that demo, to get that one over the finish line. No, sir. Hockey doesn't get the touch. Zell will be able to put this one into the corner here. This might fall in front of the net. Buddy is up and will deny. But Miami looking competitive in the first minute and a half here. They've got possession. This one's going to be in the middle once again. Zell won't make a touch. Titus will put one towards the far post. Hockey is there, but Northwood on the defensive.
It was a smart play, too. He was looking for Zell cutting across that near post. Just couldn't quite connect with him. And now Zell again is going to pop it up. Titus is next in line. That'll be Hockey on the back wall. He can't control it, though. Zell will take it away. Line Blaze has to make a play. Here comes Titus out towards Kiwi. Off the bar down. Buddy with the save. Titus will roll it home. And it's Miami who scores first in the series.
And again, Northwood maybe that little bit complacent. Line Blaze opted to try and kill Titus instead of get to the ball first, which I think he would have and could have prevented the goal. But had he killed Titus, it would have been an open transition the other way. So Northwood down first. It's not a position they find themselves off, and that's a great bump. It's going to give Lion Blaze all sorts of time to go up and over into the crossbar. He's going to drop this one down for Buddy. Kiwi gets enough on it to keep it out of the back of the net, but this ball is still here as there's a little bit of confusion between Hockey and Lion Blaze. They end up having to go back, but they're still on the ball here looking to get out.
We have given Kiwi props all day long on his gameplay in every series we've watched him on.
It's another great demo.
Yeah, there he is. As we mentioned him, grabbing that demo. Beautiful save earlier on. That's Hockey looking for Lion Blaze. Can't get it by Kiwi. Buddy will turn off his own back wall. That'll get around the first 2 attackers, but it is kept in quite well. Titus going to try to chase this one down, but it does look like Northwood under control now. Hockey to Buddy. Empty net, and it's 1-1.
I don't think it's empty net. I think it's more so a case of no boost in the tank and in net. Zell is there. He's just stuck. He's got exactly 1 pad to work with, and he just cannot get across in time. You know, well played by Northwood. You know, Buddy and Hockey combining to find the breakthrough here to get us back to level pegging. 2 minutes, 14 left.
This is going to be Titus off the kickoff over to Kiwi. Back wall. Titus to follow. He goes high. Wanted to put some power on that shot, and I don't blame him. There were 3 defenders down low. Just couldn't quite sneak it under the bar. Now it's going to be Buddy at the midfield line. Zell was quick to it, but he couldn't make the touch. Kiwi does get a 50. Titus just by Hockey, but Lion Blaze with a ton of time. And not really the touch he wanted there. It ends up bouncing into the corner, and this should be a free clear.
Lion Blaze, again, victim of the no boost, just had to do something with it. It was better to put it into the corner than just let it sit there. He's going to be on the backboard here against Zell. Opts to wait. Will be rewarded for his patience with a clear downfield. Kiwi will intercept. Buddy next in line with a 50-50. This one will be open for Titus. He's going to look to go all the way himself. Buddy up with a challenge. That's on net, and Miami back in the lead through Titus.
And we're going to have to watch this one again. Buddy opts to be the player to take this challenge, and that's just a beautiful read from Titus. You can count that as a dunk if you want to, but he put himself in a perfect position to play off of whatever Buddy got on that ball. And now it's Northwood who has to get one back. Good save from Kiwi. Gets out there on Hockey just in time. And it will be Titus to kick it back into the attacking zone for Miami, trying to make it 3-1 with 1:10 left to go. That will be cut down by Lion Blaze in the corner, but Northwood has been playing defense for 4 out of the 5 minutes we've just about played here.
Yeah, for sure. I think they've been, surprisingly passive by the standards that we generally hold Northwood to. They're generally on top of the play in the midfield, just challenging everything, getting there always first. And you see Lion Blaze getting beat here, leaving Buddy in an awkward situation. And Miami has just done such a good job of being present. That's a good effort from Xel to the far post. Buddy will deny. Lion Blaze needs to get boost. Won't be able to make the save. Defers to Buddy once again. Hockey across field. He's going to go for the demo. Lion Blaze slows it down. Such a good play. Lion Blaze slows it down to make sure Hockey can get the demo in, that the net is completely free.
And just a very, very well done team effort there by Northwood. Of course, Hockey, that initial delay on the touch as well to really bait in the defender, get the pass across to your teammate, allows that play to develop as it did. That is a wonderful assist. He'll get his second on the game. Now looking for a goal as Hockey, as that's going to go high. 15 seconds before OT game one. Nice second touch by Kiwi. Fortunately, Buddy was there, and it's over to Hockey. 3-2 with 11 seconds to go.
And the defense for Miami just capitalizes. Kiwi did such a good job of getting this out. Titus jumped and decided to come back down. He would have been able to get a touch if he'd continued boosting upwards, but unfortunately it's not meant to be. Northwood finally find their lead with 11 seconds left. They've been chasing this whole game from behind, and they've done just about enough to get it over the finish line here.
Final 4 seconds. Buddy, great couple of touches, and he'll finish the game there as well. Northwood come from behind effort. You don't see it often from them, but they're able to piece it together. A goal per player this time around, and it's good enough for a game one win.
And I want to go back to the second goal for a second, right? We saw Hockey slowing it down, then passing to Lion Blaze and going for the demo. Buddy was there in support. If that demo doesn't come in, the ball still comes across to Buddy, and they probably score anyway. When Northwood is pushing, they're so good about pushing with all three members together, pushing together, with a really good amount of synergy. It's something that a lot of teams don't quite have, and I think it's one of those things that's just given them that little bit of extra edge over just about all of their competition.
And here's that goal you were talking about. You can see Buddy. I mean, he's there for a pass even if that play develops that way. So yeah, you can definitely tell the team synergy of Northwood is, again, they come from behind. But credit where credit is due for Miami. Certainly made it a tough game number one on the Northwood side, but now you got to respond. I mean, you lost game number one after leading for about 4 minutes of it, and now it's up to you to try to get it back heading into game two.
Definitely, but I think at the same time, the biggest thing here is this is one of those games where you cannot let the outcome dampen your spirits. You played well against Northwood. You had a small breakdown in the last 20 seconds. You capitulate twice and end up conceding and lose the game, but they're still in this. They played well. They were playing up to Northwood, and I think for Miami, it's the way to go. Just keep doing what you're doing and see what you can make happen here, because they had the lead for most of that game.
Well, let's see. Game two underway. Neo Tokyo and Hockey around the corner, around everyone. Needs a little help, had no boost left as Lion Blaze sharp angle score. What a shot from Lion Blaze, 1-0.
And Kiwi turned at the near post here. There's no way he was expecting this shot to come in. Otherwise, he probably would have gone to the back post. But Kiwi just cannot do anything besides jump and hope that he gets it out. Unfortunately, the shot is just too good. Too much power on it from that kind of an angle from Lion Blaze. And Northwood out to an early lead. 14 seconds, all they need to get on the board. And they win the kickoff behind it for good measure.
Although Xel with the play on instead, it's taken away by Buddy. Kiwi can't get there. And that's a 2-0 lead. So the kickoff goes the way of Northwood, but that demo as well opened up so much space.
Yeah, Kiwi removed from the play ensures that there's not going to be anyone on that backboard, and Buddy's going to have an uncontested touch. Kiwi rushing, scrambling to get across, won't be able to get there in time, and Northwood 6 seconds later, they're now up by 2.
Well, again, struggles continue at the midfield line right now for Miami. It's Lion Blaze into the zone. Lion Blaze right in front of the defender, slaps it home, and it's 3-0.
Drops on it from the ceiling as Lion Blaze. Xel up, jumping for it. He does not see Lion Blaze coming from anywhere in this galaxy. And that's now 3-0 Northwood. 35 seconds gone, and Miami find themselves with a mountain to climb already.
This definitely night and day difference from game number one. And I was going to make the point, especially if Northwood dropped game one to Miami, that we have seen this happen to them ever so rarely, especially in these larger situations where their opponents are pumped up and ready to play, where they might drop the first game or two, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, we're here, we're ready to play. You had your fun in the last game, now we're just going to start suffocating you offensively. And granted, we've only played a minute, and right now it does look like Miami, a little bit of an attack to that demo. Just kind of turn things around. Good keeping there by Zell. But this looks a bit more Northwood-like than what we saw in game one.
Yeah, and this one's on target from Lion Blaze, and he's going to be able to sneak it in there. And, you know, for all the attack that Miami has put together, right, you alluded they were on the offense for that little bit there. The shots aren't coming in. They're just not nearly as threatening as the shots they were getting against Penn State. They're being suffocated left and right. And Northwood now have a 4-goal margin to show for it. And, you know, there's still a lot of time. I'm going to sound like a broken record. Miami can still make something happen here, but they're going to have to start now. That's a good touch from Zell. Lion Blaze almost got that one off the kickoff. He's going to also backflip and deny that little bit of space. Buddy with a demo. Look how much time it buys him on defense to get set up here as Hockey will make the save.
He gets a secondary touch as well. Lion Blaze already with a hat trick in this game as he's going to look for a fourth. Good pass from Buddy. Zell there able to read it well. Buddy then again quickly into the corner. Lion Blaze is next in line, but really nobody able to play that off the back wall other than Kiwi. He gets it to the midfield, but right back into the zone we go. Bouncer out towards mid, and right now Northwood obviously they don't need to score any more goals. It's all about, you know, possession and just winding out the clock at this point. And Miami can do nothing to keep the ball in the attacking zone, it feels.
Yeah, this time it's going to be Lion Blaze up. He doesn't have the boost to look for the second touch. The net was open. Had he put that on net, it would have been 5 either way. Miami will put this one in the middle through Zell. Not much coming from that one. Lion Blaze not making the contact he's looking for. Hockey up next will challenge Zell in the midfield. Will give Buddy an avenue to challenge in. Buddy off the backboard. Lion Blaze is there for the follow, and he scores.
You saw Hockey waiting for that one. Wants his fourth. That's a nice play. I mean, either way, I think no matter who's there. Actually, Titus might have been able to make the save on Hockey. So, well to do there from Lion Blaze. Either way, it is a 5-0 game. Lion with 4, Buddy with 1. Hockey's got an assist. And it is business as usual for the blue side. Looking for a 6th. It's going to be Hockey this time. He goes top shelf.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, business as usual here. Kiwi just gets beat to the ball by Hockey, leaves poor Zell in a 1v2. Has to defend some part of the goal, and Hockey puts it at the near post. There's really not much Zell can do in that instance besides, I mean, get scored on, I suppose. So Northwood now with 6 on the board, looking to make the damage a little bit worse here as Buddy will go up. Looks for the flip reset, does get it, will put it on target, but it's a harmless save for Kiwi.
Obviously the confidence there. You saw Lion Blaze pre-jumping that one. Well, that's got a chance. Kiwi looking for the angle. It'll fall down to Zell, but Buddy's there. That was a close call. Best opportunity of the game so far for Miami. It does end up kicking back into the attacking zone once more for Northwood. Off the nose of Buddy that time. It'll fall all the way back for Hockey. Buddy ends up getting bumped by Titus at the line. Lion Blaze. Oh, he just missed it wide. The net was wide open again.
Yeah, he would have had the double commit if not for Buddy just clobbering him downfield. So Hockey will get this one out of the way here, looking for the double touch himself. Does find it downfield. Lion Blaze pre-jumping Zell. Zell will smartly try to go underneath, but Lion Blaze somehow still getting down to challenge that one. Buddy will put it into the midfield. This is an open net. Can Kiwi get back to it off the ceiling? He does. The shot comes in. It's tracking towards the back post, but it doesn't have the power, and Lion Blaze can get there first.
Again, I mean, this is a bit reminiscent of what we saw in the first series of the day here on our broadcast when these two teams played one another. In those early couple of games in the series, it was all Northwood, and continues to be that way. 6-0, 32 seconds left to go. We'll see if Miami can break the goose egg on the board here. He has it in the corner, but going to be shut down there by Buddy. Lion Blaze over in support as well. Hockey will show up as that's down to Kiwi, but again, just a bit too far. They can't quite seem to get the passes nose to nose here.
Yeah, that's a good pass towards Hockey. It'll be cut out by Xel. Lion Blaze just going to track this one back safely in his corner. 5 seconds left. Northwood is going to walk away with another point on the board. That puts him up to 2 here. Miami's still yet to get off the starting block, and a much more convincing Northwood than what we saw in game 1 here, Hunted.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, again, it seems to happen to this team every now and then where they have a slow start in game 1, and sometimes that does lead to a loss. But as soon as the game ticks over into the second of the series, it's like they wake up and are the faster team, like we have seen them as we're watching the replays here. And again, you talk about speed. How many of these goals are just pure mechanical plays? I mean, this one from Lion Blaze just beating Xel to that ball from a disadvantageous position at that.
Yeah, and as we're watching these replays here, the one thing that's sticking out to me is on every single one of these, here you see Kiwi jumping. There is a defender for Miami jumping. He just cannot get there in time. That time Lion Blaze hammers it home. I think it was Titus that was challenging Hockey, right? It's just that split second that makes all the difference. If and I know this is wishful thinking, but if you can make up that quarter second, that half second that you're getting to the ball late, all of a sudden, it's a completely different ball game. But how do you make up that half second of pace that you're missing?
Well, maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need to modify the cars of whoever's playing against Northwood. Like boost is 10% stronger for those right. Players to get the ball a little bit quicker. But I mean, honestly, it does feel that way. And you're exactly right. I was thinking the exact same thing when we were watching those replays. That the challenges are there. They seem to be in decent position, but when you can't get to the ball before your opponent, you're going to lose those engagements 9 out of 10 times. As here's Buddy. Oh, that would have been a very nice goal to start things off here for Northwood. They are looking for the pass through mid as Titus going to challenge Hockey. Kiwi with an opening. Buddy's on his way back, and he'll get there in time.
Yeah, but that might have been the best shot so far. Kiwi had to try something to get it to the near post where Buddy wasn't, but Buddy just about has enough in the tank to get back in time and prevent Miami from going up 1-0 here. Titus will be on the ball. Defers to Kiwi downfield. This might be an infield passing opportunity, but Kiwi doesn't make the contact. Lion Blaze next up. Will look for the flip reset. Gets it off the backboard is Lion Blaze. He can't spike it down, or rather does spike it down, but can't spike it towards the net. The ball is still here, though, and Miami was fully committed on that play. They've got it out, but look how much space Northwood has to just continue the offense, and that's a great touch from Buddy.
Oh, Kiwi gets there, though, just in time. Nice little passing play from Northwood to break out of the zone. Was able to beat the defense quite nicely, but just didn't have the shot power they needed to score that one. As Lion Blaze looking to clear the zone. He's got a little bit of time here. Kiwi over the top. Able to kick that into the corner. Xel will take over from there. Demo onto Hockey. Titus keeps it up, and that might end up costing him as Buddy's coming back the other way. That's a big save from Kiwi to keep us 0-0.
And Miami have got to speed up the play in the midfield there. You saw Titus looking for the flip reset, I think it was, in his own half. It allowed Buddy, who was out of position, up in time to challenge. If Miami just goes route one and blasts it downfield, sure, they're potentially forfeiting possession, but at the same time, they're also not letting Northwood challenge and get the 50s in midfield here as Buddy's looking for the air dribble. Won't find it. Denied by Kiwi. This one's on target for Hockey. Will only find the backboard. Hockey there with a follow. Lion Blaze is now up. He's going to look to go himself off the backboard, sets himself up, but Kiwi will deny once again. Buddy will get it towards the net. There are defenders in the way, though. The possession does continue for Northwood here.
That's a big clear from Kiwi. Titus back wall beats Lion Blaze. Xel will go high on the shot, and that will hit the crossbar and out. A great opportunity for Miami. They can't sneak in under the bar. Still trying to keep this offense going. Lion Blaze down to Hockey in transition. Back to Lion. Score 1-0 for Northwood.
And those are really the kinds of opportunities that Miami wants to be putting away if they want to have a chance at this here. Titus is stuck on the back wall. He falls off and ends up backflipping. Can't make the save. So Northwood finally have their lead. 2 minutes 35 gone. So just about mid-game here. And Miami on the kickoff will win. I think that was a trick kickoff from Northwood. They sent 2 players forward. This leaves Hockey back. Xel with a pass infield, and there it is. Titus will tie the game off the kickoff.
Well, if the trick was getting yourself scored on, it worked like a charm. Not quite sure what the plan was for Northwood, but it doesn't work out, and it's 1-1 now. Just beyond the half, so Miami able to equalize things in game 3, but still a lot of work ahead. As they'll try to break into the zone, Kiwi going to be rotating out. Titus will take over. Bump from Hockey in the corner. The ball falls to Buddy. He has Lion Blaze there. Nice play into the zone. Zell trying to replicate that out of his own zone. Runs right into Hockey. Titus and Buddy come together, and Kiwi off his own back wall. Buying a little bit of time for his team. That demo's going to help, and Hockey opting to back up, give Kiwi a ton of space there. He ends up grabbing the boost, and ultimately it does work out for his squad.
Yeah, and I want to go back to the goal for a second there. You saw Xell on the backboard, who was passing downfield towards Titus. Xell played it really well. He had time and space and played it really well. He baited Hockey in off the back wall, and when Hockey was committed to challenging, he just pops it out for his teammate. Miami have been able to put offense together. Here's Xell with a little bit more space with a pass to the backboard. You know, Miami have been able to get the offense together when they have time and space. The problem is they just so rarely have time and so rarely have space that they just can't get things to click.
That's definitely the name of the game. We've seen Northwood, every player on this roster, do a lot with just a little bit of space given. They don't give too much back in return, as Lion Blaze will find the read off the back wall. Buddy with the assist, and Northwood take a 2-1 lead.
Great shot. Titus pre-jumps it. Buddy knows he needs to go off the backboard, and Lion Blaze just up first. Kiwi was up for the challenge, but can't rivalize with the speed of Lion Blaze. So Northwood, they find themselves their lead once again. No trick kickoff this time. Maybe that's for the better with how it ended last time. Buddy will find it off of the kickoff after it was won. Lion Blaze with a pinch infield. Gets way more than he bargained for out of it, and this might be a chance for Miami here. Titus streaking downfield, was looking for the demo on Hockey, but Hockey gets out of the way, and that attack kind of goes kaput.
And ultimately, didn't even need to dodge that demo. Did Hockey? Lion Blaze able to make the play himself on the back check. Now here's Buddy in the zone. Again, a 2-1 lead for Northwood. Final 37 on the clock. And if this game 3 goes their way, they will be on match point to be your champions here today. They've only dropped one game up to this point, and now with 25 seconds left, Hockey off his own back wall. That's dangerous. Sell with a great challenge. It's falling towards. What a touch from Lion Blaze. Able to put that in the corner to safety, and they aren't quite able to get it out yet. Here's Zell, has Kiwi out in front. Hockey will get there just in time. Still, it's dangerous in the corner. Zell ends up getting bumped. Titus now with an opportunity, but Lion Blaze will shut it down. It's still towards mid. Buddy sees the open patch of grass, and that's going to be Northwood 2-1 in game 3.
Yeah, and Miami had 2 good looks at net, and they capitalized on one. Unfortunately, right at the close here, they're not able to make the best of it. They had Northwood on the ropes. Lion Blaze was sitting on the backboard, no boost in the tank. Buddy was in net. Hockey was in the corner. And unfortunately, Miami just never with the right option to get it in front of the goal and in field here. So Northwood now on series point. Miami are going to have to come up with something special to dodge the sweep here.
Series and championship point at this juncture. And yeah, I mean, it's hard enough to get a bracket reset on Northwood. It's hard enough to get a bracket reset in general in the CRL. We very rarely see that. And I think even rarer than that is a game 7 reverse sweep situation, especially against Northwood. And now Miami's going to be staring down that barrel. And, you know, it's been a tough battle for them. After that game 1 loss, it just looked like Northwood were so motivated by that win that they just haven't looked back.
Yeah, to me, I think you hit the nail on the head. Northwood just showed up game 2 motivated after, a game 1 that was very, very close. Northwood kind of just put their foot down and said, all right, this is not going to be as close as it could have been. Maybe they just didn't warm up as much as they could. There's any number of explanations, and there's no point speculating. But to your previous point about, we don't see many best of 7s, and we don't see many bracket resets against Northwood. I mean, there's very few teams in the CRL in general that are capable of doing that, and unfortunately one of them is the other Northwood team.
Yes, that is true. Only one Northwood team getting the invitation to this event, and maybe for a good measure is Hockey. Bottom corner, short side, makes it 1-0 with 11 seconds gone.
Yeah, I mean, again, just such a good pass to Buddy. Titus is in the right spot, challenges. The play is just executed so quickly that there's no chance of getting that one to the wayside. And Northwood, 11 seconds, all it takes for them to already be out in front here. This might be another option here. Buddy one-on-one against Kiwi. Kiwi smartly defends the near post. We'll get at least a little bit of space, but Lion Blaze is there. The follow-up shot from Lion Blaze is good, and there is the double whammy for Northwood.
Yeah, and this is just great patience from Lion Blaze as well. Just get in front of the ball, force the defense to make a mistake, and that's exactly what happens. Titus just in a bit of a no man's land there with the ball coming out in front like that. That's an easy play for Lion Blaze to put in the back of the net. So a 2-0 lead developing very, very early on in Game 4. It doesn't look like they're finished yet. Would love a 3-goal lead with Northwood before the first minute's over. We'll see if they can find it. That's a good touch from Zell. Hopefully he'll be able to clear the zone.
It doesn't look like so. He doesn't have the boost, so forced to leave the ball. Buddy will spike into the ceiling here. Hockey was also off the ceiling looking for the same touch, so the double commit might open up a little bit of room, at least temporarily. That's a great save from Lion Blaze. The ball's still there. Zell looking for the shot, only finds the crossbar. Kiwi was there, but Lion Blaze will get that one out of the way. And once again, Miami, with their best opportunity of the game, cannot capitalize on it.
Well, they've got a little bit more offense going here, and I mean, they had a great opportunity, as you said. Lion Blaze a very, very good save on the goal line, but just couldn't get the rebound opportunities on net, and that's going to haunt them a little bit, especially because they need at least 2 goals to force overtime. Zell wanted to roll that in short side, just missed. And now it'll fall down in front of the net. Buddy and Hockey both on it. Buddy will continue to chase, but at this point, can Zell make this work? Nice flip reset, but again, too many Northwood players.
And again, it's just a recurring theme throughout the series, but against Northwood in general, teams will have opportunities to capitalize, opportunities to get themselves back into these matches, and they just can never get it over the finish line. I mean, you know, that time it was Lion Blaze on the goal line, but how many times has it been Hockey? How many times has it Buddy? Even in this series alone, you know, it was in the last 15 seconds of last game, Miami was pushing hard, they couldn't find a way through, and same with Game 1 and Game 2.
Oh, this could be a chance, but Kiwi gets bumped off the play. I don't know if he would have been able to beat Lion Blaze anyway, but great bump coming back there by the Northwood attack. It's Lion Blaze. Now Hockey, he's not going to get a touch. Titus has to play it just enough. They'll get it over to Zell, and Kiwi will help things along, but Hockey's there off the ceiling, has Lion Blaze already in the air. And you can tell, again, just the confidence that Northwood's playing with, just jumping at everything, and they're winning half the battles at least.
Yeah, I mean, they're jumping at everything and they're coming out on top. That's a recipe for success if I've ever seen one. Lion Blaze here will put this one into the sidewall. 70 boost to work with. Will look to set himself up for the air dribble. 2 players up for Miami will get the job done and into the corner here. Lion Blaze still gets the bump on Xell, removes the keeper, but no one there at the reception of that pass in field. Lion Blaze still up, beats 2. Kiwi forced once again up into the air to get this one away from his own net. And will do so, but only as far as Hockey. This is tracking outside, and Miami just pinned up against their goal line here. Northwood is just oppressive in keeping them pinned.
It's a great word to describe it. It does feel like there is quite a bit of suppression even happening right now in the defensive zone here for Miami. They cannot get anything going. They'll get a shot on goal. It'll be Hockey to play it over, and Lion Blaze right back into the zone. Demo on to Titus. Now Lion Blaze deflects just a bit high. Buddy will keep it towards the front of the cage. Kiwi's there right into Hockey, and they'll look to turn it around again. Instead, it does fall to Titus. He goes a bit wide on the second shot. And once more, we're back into the Miami zone.
Yeah, breakaway for Lion Blaze beats 1. Titus gets there in the nick of time to get this one out. But it's out only in the temporary sense of the word here. Is Miami finally able to push a little bit? Titus looking for a shot, will not be able to find it. Lion Blaze hits a crossbar. That could have been the opportunity, but it's going to turn into a breakaway downfield, and Hockey will turn that one home. What happened there, Hunted?
It just looked like an overcommitment. I mean, you see the double commit. I'm not entirely sure what happened to the third player. I don't know if he got bumped or if he was expecting a touch from a teammate, something like that, and They just wanted to capitalize. I don't blame them with how little time remaining, and you know, this being a must-win game at this point now for Miami. But it strikes at the worst possible time. And with 40 seconds left, Northwood looking to cruise to yet another victory and yet another trophy. 3 goals needed, 30 seconds left. Ball still in the Miami zone, and line play is just going to watch the time tick away.
Yeah, I mean, every second. I mean, you saw Miami just pin on the back line. Even just the threat of Lion Blaze going up in the air was enough to keep him there. Hockey this time will also just burn out the clock. 14 seconds left. Northwood seems to be content with their 3-0 lead here. This might be a last opportunity for Xel, but Buddy will deny. 7 seconds left. 28 boosts in the tank. Lion Blaze has got his flip reset. He's looking for the musty. He will find the musty, but Kiwi will be up to deny. And that is going to be everything she wrote. Okay. Miami will at least get 1 back for the road, but that's it. Northwood, in dominating fashion, win this series and event.
A 4-game grand finals sweep. Miami avoids the shutout in game 4, but too little too late. And Northwood, as we said, again, champions for